today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Madera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to
GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. I am your host, Michelle Malcolm. And as always, it's a pleasure to be in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in and making GPS a part of your afternoon routine. Today is Monday, and we are going to continue with our Masterclass Monday shows with the one and only Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson. But before we bring him in, let's go ahead and throw out the ways that you can get in on the conversation if you'd like. The telephone numbers to call: 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, the WhatsApp line for calls and or messages is 801-0271, 801-0271. We are streaming live on Facebook on the Global 99.5 FM, as well as the Michelle Malcolm official pages. You can also check us out on YouTube on our official channels. And speaking of channels, we're on Cable Bahamas, channel 974. Of course, you can get us by radio. 99.5 FM on the dial here in New Providence. And also welcome to our Grand Bahama audience. And last but by no means least, you can check us out on the Global 99.5 FM app. And that's how you can get in on this. And if you have a question to ask or a comment to make or clarification that you need, then that's the way to get in. So this gentleman that I'm going to bring into the mix right now has been our resident professor, guiding us, giving us some direction as to what makes sense and what doesn't when it comes to the Constitution of the Bahamas being compared to the Bahamas Nationality Act. Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson, how doest thou?
Good afternoon, Ms. Malcolm. Good afternoon, Bahamas. It is good to be here. It's very, very hot out there.
What?
And I am so happy that I'm in the studio with air conditioning. Because the first time I was hearing all kinds of people complain about how hot it is.
Mm-hmm.
But today coming here, I just felt it in all its fury. And I said, no. I don't know if I could go through that anymore like that. But it is extremely hot. But it's good to be alive and well. Let's thank God for that. Happy independence to all of the Bahamian people in the Commonwealth of Bahamas and around the world. We would be celebrating 50 years since independence.
In a couple of days.
Yeah. And so that is a good thing. And let me just say one thing that has been good over the last 50 years is the fact that we have had peaceful transition from one administration to the next. The Bahamians do not allow anyone to cause you to think any differently. Because, see, many countries around the world don't have that. They've had all kind of breaking up and
We
tearing
take a lot
down.
of things for granted.
We take a lot of things for granted, but it's true. Let's look what happened in France. One police officer shot a teenager, and look at the level of violence that people are doing in that country. And the president had to appeal to parents, and I heard it about 3 times, I believe. He made an appeal to parents that you must control your children.
Mm.
So do not allow people to believe, and I've heard some other remarks on the radio just coming here, of some people have a different narrative about our independence. We probably deal with that at some other
Saving
time.
and to celebrate.
Yeah. And it is something to celebrate, the fact that we are an independent, sovereign, democratic, theocratic state,
Mhm.
according to the Constitution. Now, of course, there are some people who have mixed views about that. Some are saying we're a corporation, we're a company, all kind of crappy things. But these are distractions. And because we have not handled our Constitution properly from its inception, the way we ought to order this country is grounded in spiritual matters and in the Constitution.
Mhm.
And we should have done that, but that was not done. That's water under the bridge now. You're looking at 50 years. We have to reset every single aspect of our lives based on the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Bahamas. And I'm so delighted that thousands of you are waking up since Her Majesty the Queen died September the 8th of last year.
Man, everywhere you turn, Professor, people talking about the Constitution.
Oh, I
the
love it.
Constitution, the Constitution.
I just love it. And Bahamians, all you have done was given me work to do. So I had to wait 50 years for you all to wake up, you know. So I don't have any regrets that you're waking up now.
They just should have done it a little sooner.
Yeah, they should have done a little sooner. Yeah, we'd have been much further ahead. But now that you're waking up, Bahamians, I'm just so delighted. Everywhere I turn, everywhere I go, people hear my voice. They want to talk about the Constitution.
I hear that.
And then my sister got to pull me away from them, say, time to go and that kind of thing. But that is something I have been trained for. And I want to encourage Bahamians. I'll give out my number for you to call after the show. Please take good advantage of these classes that are being held every Monday by the grace of God
Mhm.
on Michelle Malcolm's show. Because Bahamians, you're going to hear it nowhere else but here on Global Radio 99.5. And there will be some other things coming up later on. I'll let you know about them later. But right now, this show on Mondays, every Monday, of course, if there's a holiday, we'll go to the following Monday.
Mhm.
And we will deal with this Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. Do not listen to all the crappy things that people are saying to you, that this, that, and the next thing. The Constitution is the way to go. It is solid. Without it, you don't even have a nation. Without it, you don't even have a foundation. So what are you going to build a nation with? I'm talking all kind of things in this country. This, that, and the next thing. Not a single word about the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Bahamas. Everything has to be grounded. I don't talk about local government. I don't see it in the Constitution. If it is that important, why is it not put in the Constitution? Because you could pass a law today, 6 months down the road, it's gone. Where's your local government? In the garbage bin.
Mm.
And people are not even thinking about that.
Mhm.
Lock it deep in the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Bahamas.
And they can't change it.
No,
anymore.
they can't change that. Praise the Lord. I am so delighted that over 100 and something articles in there, I think about just a couple of them, maybe about 7 or so, that are not locked in like that. But that document is so strong and so powerful. We have not used that power that we have as citizens of this country.
I'm glad you brought that up, Professor, because we got a comment from one of our viewers or listeners last week when we were talking about, not you and I, but when on another show, it came up about the whole controversy surrounding Minister Bell.
Yes.
And somebody called in and was trying to make the point that these are the acts that are passed, an amendment to the Constitution. I'm like, no, they're not.
Yeah, I heard that conversation.
I
heard all of it.
So in order, let's just clarify that now, because
Yes.
the fact that he said that tells you that that's how people are thinking.
I'm not going to disagree with that. But let me just clarify that for him and for all those listening out
Please,
there.
please.
Any law passed in the House of Assembly by the legislators and it goes to the Senate, those are statute laws.
Hmm.
They're not constitutional laws at all.
So one has nothing to do with the other.
One has nothing to do with the other, although those laws ought to be subject to the Constitution.
Okay.
Now, you got one called the Nationality Act. That is not constitutional at all. That's the controversy we have today when we were having these discussions on air. The Nationality Act is not even a law. When you check the evidence on it, it has no legal standing, absolutely nothing. It is dead in the water. We're going to prove that. We have to take a case out against the government of the Bahamas because they're still using it, lining up people and calling them citizens with pieces of paper in their hand, but it's all unconstitutional. Now, the acts passed in the House of Assembly, see, Article 52.1, let me just make this clear to anybody. Parliament is to do what? Pass laws for the peace, 1, order, 2, good government of the Bahamas, 3. That's the whole purpose of Parliament. When those 3 ingredients ain't there, that ain't no law. That's crap.
Mm.
People need to understand. So you have to go rigidly with your Constitution. As your parliamentarian, your parliamentary representative, because see, people get this all mixed up. The parliamentary representative in a given constituency is to represent the people of that constituency.
Mhm.
That's why they're called constituents living in a constituency. That is the language of the Constitution.
Mhm.
And some people say you don't pay attention to that. What kind of nonsense is that? You want to call it something else? Well, I'm calling it what the Constitution says. 38 or more constituencies. Right now, we divide into 39 constituencies. The minimum you could have is 38.
Mhm.
If you want to change that, you need to get a referendum. Don't let nobody talk foolishness and nonsense.
Right.
So the thing is, the acts that are passed in the House of Assembly cannot amend the Constitution. It cannot change it in any way, shape, or form.
So are there components within the Constitution that can be changed without a referendum?
Yes, very, very few. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
The Attorney General's office.
Right.
The government of the day and the Parliament of the day made a comfortable position for someone called Director of Public Prosecution.
Hmm.
And the Attorney General could handle that himself. But the thing is that they could have changed it because people came to me and asked me, say, Professor, can that be done? I said, yes, it could be done. One of the few.
Hmm.
The thing is that all of the others, with the exception of a few, have to be changed by a referendum. That's the only way you could alter it.
So what determines what qualifies as one of those few that does not need an amendment? That does not need a referendum to make changes. What separates those from the rest of the Constitution that does require that you have a referendum to make changes?
That's an excellent question. How it's listed in the document is they list articles. Well, I think it's article. I don't remember the article title, but there's a whole article that deals with changing things in the Constitution.
Right.
All right. And I don't remember all. They have 2 sets.
Mm-hmm.
You look at those with citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
All of them have to be changed by a referendum. That's the only way you could deal with that. Okay? Then some others, you got 2/3 of Parliament. Then some others, 3/4 of Parliament.
Okay.
But the way how it was set up by the Founding Fathers, I think it was a good thing. They meant to do well. And the thing is that, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Article 52, but I stand to be corrected. All right? Or 54, one of those, which go into detail relating to those articles that can only be changed by a referendum.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And so what we have to understand is once we understand what Parliament ought to be doing. In fact, I need to go and dig out all those articles which specifically deal with the work of Parliament, not a political party.
Right.
See, people get this thing all mixed up. And they're in confusion. And we've been that way for the past 50 years plus. But we have to fix that. And so when you hear people speaking, you don't know, is that the parliamentarian? Is that the party representative? Two different things entirely. Or is that person number 3 speaking for himself personally? See, they never tell you these things, you know. So you don't know. Or is he speaking as a minister of the government? So there are no clear-cut lines by these personalities who are running these things. And so when you hear them speak, people just jump up and say, well, he said it or she said it, so it must be so. But you don't fully understand, perhaps, maybe under what context they said something. I know people use a quote from the former Prime Minister, Sir Lyndon Billing, what he said, something. I don't go by that. That is his personal view. He is entitled to a personal view. But I have people quoting it all the time. But I remember the other things, what he said.
You're talking about the quote about if you don't fight for the Bahamas, you don't deserve to have it?
That's what he said. That's his view.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but if it's going to be taken as a view of a parliamentarian, perhaps the only place that could be qualified is when they're speaking within the House of Assembly, correct?
Well, yes. But I don't even know in what context he said it. I don't remember in what context he said it.
From what I can recall of the video, it looked like it was at some kind of political rally or something.
That may be so.
Yeah.
That may be so. So you have to watch these comments made by political personalities. Are they speaking as a member of parliament? Are they speaking as a cabinet minister? Are they speaking as privately, as a citizen, or whatever? See, they don't tell you anything. They just shoot these things out there. See, when I come here on this radio station, I got no personal opinion to share with you. So you might as well get that out of your mind. What I say here is constitutionally sound. I challenge anyone to prove me that it isn't. Not a living soul from the months I've been coming here has been able to refute it. And I challenge anyone, they think there's man, they think there's woman, come.
Oh my goodness.
Or you might be something else, you know, them funny things. But I challenge them today. This is the month of July, right? July the 3rd, I believe it is. Yeah, okay. I challenge them. If you believe Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson has been leading the public, bring yourself live. You could call on to the show and identify yourself, because I ain't talking to you if you want to use a funny name. I'm not even interested in that. I challenge you, because I want them to hear what I say, and I want them to hear what you say. And then the public will make up their mind who's talking crap.
Well, I mean, you know, I figured that by now, if what you were saying was so off base, somebody by now would have reached out.
Someone should have done something about it.
Said, you know, Michelle.
I hear a peep squeak.
Yeah.
Okay? So I am not going to hide behind a wall and throw one big rock at somebody and say, who threw the rock? But you know, you threw the rock. Bahamians, it is time that we take our country seriously. We have gone through a rough 50 years. There's nothing much we could do about that. July the 10th would end that 50-year period. Then we start year 51. We got to start from the day, resetting every single thing based on the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. That is the best way to run the country. There's no other alternative, no other sound alternative. And the only thing that can pull the Bahamian people together as one unified people is the Constitution. Not them scraps of paper where people write things on and say they go run things like that. No, Bahamians, that ain't working. The only thing that can pull us together as a nation is our Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. That's it. You ain't got nothing else. And of course, you got the Holy Bible. The Constitution speaks about supremacy of God. We never wanted to build a nation without God. But now you got some fellas talking all kind of crappy things out there. But those are distractions. If God is not in your thoughts and in the way the country ought to be run, you're doomed to fail. That's where you're going to go. It's going to be utter failure. And what I don't like, and let me just say this while it's in my head, every time I hear people talk about what's to be done in the Bahamas, it's always be what somebody else is doing out there. I get pissed off about that. How is it that you send people away to school to learn all these different things, and all you could come back with what they do in France, what they do in Canada, what they do in Haiti, what they do in this place, what they do in that place, but nobody ever looks at it and say, you know something? Let's look at Centerville. Centerville has many different divisions, polling divisions in it. Fort Wayne Castle is one. That's where I live. You mean to tell me we can't create something in Fort Wayne Castle by the people of Fort Wayne Castle without having to copycat what somebody doing in France? We got to be joking, man. Let's look at Mason's Edition. You mean to tell me we ain't got enough sensible people in Mason's Edition to create something unique for the people of Mason's Edition? Come on, Bahamians. We got to do better than this. We can't keep copycatting. And I heard Attorney General talking some other things about cannabis and all that. We ain't going to deal with that today.
Yeah, that's another show.
That's another show. Or another set of shows. But be that as it may, Bahamians, we've been copycatting for too long. We go to these conferences and hear what these other people are doing. Then every time when I listen to them, I hear them saying, what this one doing in this country, what this one doing in that country, what this leader's doing. I had nothing to do with them. We had nothing to do with them. They don't ask us anything, you know. You see them does ever come here to say, Bahamians, what do you think?
To copy
They
us.
don't be checking nothing.
They ain't copying us.
They
You
ain't
know
copying
why?
us on nothing.
Because they have a strong sense of identity.
But
We've allowed our cultural identity to be infiltrated to the point where many, especially the younger group, they don't know what it is to be we've lost our way in so many ways.
We certainly have.
Especially when it comes to our cultural identity.
Yes. And Bahamians, we're going to need every able-bodied Bahamian to be involved because people have different talents, different abilities. We got to find the best qualified people in all these different areas to help reset and build the Commonwealth Bahamas. We can't go the way we've been going for the last 50 years. That ain't wicked.
All right. We're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, I know you wanted to address the Keith Bell issue based on what was said by the Deputy Press Secretary of the Office of the Prime Minister. So I want to give you that opportunity on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Globe 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company on this Monday afternoon, on Masterclass Monday. Continues on the Constitution of the Bahamas. The telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 8010271, 8010271. We're streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages. If you haven't already done so, like and share the show. You can also check us out on YouTube on our official channels. We are also airing on Cable Bahamas Channel 974 and on the Global 99.5 FM app. Check us out by radio, Global 99.5 FM on the dial. And also a huge welcome to our audience coming in all the way from excuse me, Grand Bahama. Welcome to you all. Okay, so Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson, our resident professor, excuse me, is here to sort of guide us about the Constitution of the Bahamas. And obviously in the last couple of days, there's been all this controversy surrounding one Mr. Keith Bell and what his actions, his unorthodox actions with regard to granting citizenship at the funeral of a gentleman whose wife and children were made citizens. And the minister said he was doing that to fulfill a promise to a dying man. And while he admitted it was unorthodox, he both he and the government, the administration are saying that there was nothing legally wrong with what happened there, and therefore they are ignoring calls for him to resign or step down or be removed. So here I'm going to play this clip first, and then I want to hear from you, Professor, about what you think is going on here.
Immigration Minister Keith Bell recently facing lots of criticisms for conducting a swearing-in ceremony at a funeral service on Saturday, June 24th. It's a move which he himself dubbed as unorthodox before the swearing-in took place, and former government officials contend that these ceremonies should be held only in government settings. But is that really the case?
The law is silent when it comes to a location for swearing-in ceremonies. There is no set location when it comes to where a swearing-in ceremony should take place.
That's Deputy Press Secretary Keishla Adderley, and she maintains that Bell was not in defiance of the law.
There was nothing sinister, I don't think, about the act. Minister Keith Bell has conceded that it was something that was unorthodox. Certainly no rules or laws were broken in the execution of that swearing-in ceremony.
Meantime, former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis and former Immigration Minister Brent Simonet have called on Prime Minister Philip Davis to dismiss Bell from the cabinet post. So, as for Bell being fired or resigning,
the two have discussed, the minister and the prime minister, and certainly it's not something that anyone would like to see happen again.
On the flip side, former Immigration Minister Shane Gibson also adding to the conversation. He says he also knew of swearing-ins that did not take place by traditional means.
They went outside of the precincts of immigration, and that's it's not a norm, but it's been done before. Persons were sick, they were home, they couldn't get out, and ministers went and they were sworn in, and persons in the high-end like Key, ministers swore people in who resided in those high-end areas. But now they got a problem. I don't quite understand what it is. It's only a ceremony.
Now, Bell defended to reporters this past Tuesday that he was fulfilling the wishes of a dying Bahamian man who wanted his family sworn in his presence.
Professor, I would love to hear from you with regard to this, because I found it interesting that Shane Gibson, his comments about it's been done before for high-end individuals, and, I guess folks behind the gate or whatever, which is quite interesting. In this case, so we're not talking about a high-end personality, and a lot of people are questioning what relationship did this man have with the minister that made it necessary for him to go that route. But anyway, let's stay focused. So as it relates to what the office of the prime minister would have had to say about it being unorthodox but not necessarily illegal, and nobody wants to see it happen again, she says, but yet we're not going to require any, movement on his part as a result of this. What is your idea on this whole thing?
Let me put it to you like this.
Mhm.
See, by the mere fact that you have no set protocols is a problem. And citizenship business is very serious business.
Right.
It should not be taken lightly.
Mm-hmm.
The lady said that, the law is mute on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how we govern this country? Something as important as swearing in a new personality to be a citizen of Bahamas, that should be a public matter so that everybody who is willing to see it can see it.
Mm-hmm.
It should not be done in secret, in the bathroom, in somebody's private home, high-end person. What was this? I mean, what have we come to? No wonder why they look at us being so stupid and foolish.
High end, low end, it
Low
don't matter.
end, middle end, left end, right end, east end.
West end.
West end. I mean, what are we saying? See, this is why you watch the actions of your leaders.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've always said you have to be very careful of the persons you send to do your parliamentary business.
Mm-hmm.
That has caused us a whole lot of problems. But let us get right to the nitty-gritty, because I don't want to get distracted about the ceremony itself.
Right.
Because that doesn't mean anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say this. Let us look at the background of the personalities who were given citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
What is the background of this Haitian gentleman? The Constitution says people who have children, Article 7, Bahamians, the parents are non-Bahamian, as in the case with the children. I think it's 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a set, definite time. At the age of 18, before they turn 19. How old were these children?
Not 18.
Okay, all right. So automatically they disqualify. What the minister did was wrong. It's unconstitutional. See, that's what we need to look at. Not whether he did it in the bathroom or under the tree, all that kind of crap, the ceremony thing. The fact is, when we behave like this, we show utter contempt to the supreme law of the land. It shows you up. The gentleman is a Haitian. If he cannot renounce his citizenship from Haiti, he cannot qualify.
So here's the thing. I am not hearing, and I've said it before, and I've asked the question, and I haven't gotten an answer from anybody. But I agree with you, we're missing the point. The point isn't, yes, it was unorthodox to do it at a funeral. Okay, so nobody's saying that that should have been done that way. But to me, the bigger picture is what qualified him to be a Bahamian in the first place.
Exactly. That's why we go right to the beginning. Let's find out about this gentleman, how he got into the Bahamas. What are his qualifying standards to be a citizen of the Bahamas? Is it constitutional? Yes or no? Now, based on what I have heard and what I understand in the Constitution, with the children and the woman who says his wife, they're all Haitians and they cannot renounce their citizenship.
The children were born in the Bahamas. But I know, according to the Constitution of Haiti, they take on the citizenship of their parents.
Automatically. No doubt about that.
And their parents, according to the Constitution of Haiti, cannot renounce.
Exactly.
Correct?
That's correct. That is correct.
So is there anything in our Constitution? Because the argument has been, he lived here for 25 years and he helped to build a nation, and I know about all of that crap because I never heard about him before.
I've heard about him either.
So I don't know what major contribution he made to the nation. I think he would have worked, if I heard correctly, at Superwash for many years.
Well, he's working for somebody.
Yeah. So what do we qualify as building a nation? But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
The question is, what qualified him for citizenship to begin with?
Exactly.
Is there anything in our Constitution that would have qualified him for citizenship based on the fact that he had been here for a long time?
The Constitution doesn't speak to that. Has nothing to do with
at
it
all.
At all. Not at all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It specifically spells out specific conditions which apply to people born outside the Bahamas.
Right.
And people who are born in the Bahamas, different categories, and also those coming from the British Commonwealth.
Right.
And its colonies.
So, so he didn't come from a British Commonwealth and colony. That has been established. He came from Haiti. That has been established. His own
Constitution says he can't renounce.
Right. And the wife came from Haiti as well.
Yes.
So if there's no statute if there's nothing within the Constitution that through which he could have qualified for citizenship. And I ask you this again, because if that is so, then that's another can of worms. Because all of this is contingent around the issuance of his citizenship and his desire to see his wife and children receive their Bahamian citizenship, contingent on him being a citizen of the Bahamas.
But then let the Minister of Immigration tell us under which article did he qualify. He didn't mention that. I heard him quote Article 6, as we will hear when you play his side of the story.
Do you have a caller?
Which does not fit into this case.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Good afternoon, Lady Malcolm, and good afternoon, Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson. Professor.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Professor, you there?
Yeah, I heard you. Good afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
Lady Malcolm, Professor started it right, but he seemed to have strayed away from it. Let's go back to the beginning. How did this young man enter the Bahamas? That's the first thing the investigative journalists and all of them supposed to find out when and how he came here. Second of all, if he was working for Superwash for 25 years.
I'm not sure of the length of time. I believe at the time of his death, he was working for Superwash, but I'm not sure how long he worked there.
Well, according to the minister, he'd been working there for 25 years.
Okay.
And if he was working for Superwash for 25 years, then Superwash should have brought him in on a work permit. Okay, so Superwash should have some papers reflecting the fact that his work permit said Superwash. Okay? If it didn't say that, then that's another kettle of fish. You understand? Now, his wife, we got to find out when he got his citizenship. And then when was him and this young lady married. Because listening to her, when this first broke, he called one last name and she said she's Joseph. I don't know if they do that in that community, but she said her last name was Joseph. So we need to find out when he got his citizenship and when were they married versus when were the children born. Now, I understand the children between the ages of 2 and 7. So they may have been born recently, but like McArthur, Walter Thompson said, Haitians cannot renounce their citizenship now. I'm going to say something. You know, I like throw rock, but I ain't going to throw no big rock today. But I want y'all to listen to me. Service was done at the burner. The Haitian man, I knew him. He was on dialysis with me. The Haitian man often spoke of some of the various things that they do, because he dropped me home once or twice. He told the minister, I would like my wife to be done in my presence. I want y'all to listen to me closely. The minister know what he was doing was unorthodox and could have caused some flack, but the Haitian man requested it, and the minister reflected his request. He said the man said he wanted his wife in his presence. So before they put that coffin down, because you know that culture, just go with that kind of thing. I don't want to say what it is. He made sure before that coffin went down, he did his wife, the man, that favor above ground. I want you to understand why the minister did that. He ain't no politics or no nothing like that. He had to do that. That was the man's request before he went down, before he died. And his wife be naturalized in his presence. They call it something in Haiti. I ain't going to say the name. Over here, he's called it over here. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, I heard what the call is saying, but is it constitutionally sound? See, I understand what the call is saying, but I have to base it on the Constitution. What article in the Constitution did this man qualify? What citizenship article? There are so many things missing in what the Minister of Immigration has said. So he even quoted Article 6 when we play it, you will hear that, which does not qualify.
You're talking about playing his recording, the minister?
Yes.
Oh,
He said it.
I didn't pull that for today's show. I'd have to pull that back up and load it up again.
Okay, but the thing is that he's saying that every spouse of Bahamian automatically is a citizen. The answer is no. The Constitution doesn't support that. Ask the married woman who has children overseas, born outside Bahamas, and a husband. What's the status of a husband? The Constitution is very clear on that. So I don't know where you're getting this nonsense from. what article in the Constitution did this Haitian man qualify under? And let's go right to the beginning, how he got in here, how long was he here? There's so many things in that.
A lot of unanswered questions.
A lot of unanswered questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to be very careful because the Constitution articles are very specific. They have time limits. Once the time is up, it's up. Minister could change that.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I need you to turn down whatever you're listening to us on and just talk to us through the phone, please, because we're getting feedback.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I agree. I watched the last show with you, Miss Malcolm. I could appreciate your redness. I mean, with you, when you light up, I could appreciate that. I did not know minutes to call to tell you. I get to feel that. So let me appreciate. I just called to say I appreciate how you going. But I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I see Mr. Pentard them saying they protesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he from where I from, and I know him very well. So I asked a question then. I asked him about the Constitution, and this might come as a surprise to you all. Do you know? I just I throw that little curveball at them. I say if a person born in the Bahamas, because I already know that basically, at least you all educate me. So now I starting to put that to a test.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him, I say if a person born in the Bahamas by non-parents, does that make their kids Bahamian? He said, yeah.
Say it again.
So I asked him if two non-Bahamians have a kid in the Bahamas, does that automatically make the child a Bahamian?
Who you asked this to, Pentard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And tell him if he listen and call and say if it's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah. And I go around and report asking politicians, and so I come to the conclusion I don't think they know the Constitution, because I stand by what you all say. What makes, I think, everything going over our head based on how they trying to frame the whole matter. The matter is what made the man a Bahamian. Because I don't care, he could have been here for 50,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
That still does not make him, you get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
A Bahamian.
Right.
And if you cannot renounce, why is this whole issue, you know what I mean? Up. And Keith Bell, I mean, if that's his name, Keith Bell, whatever, Mr. Bell.
Mm-hmm.
If he stand up and tell and listen to his word real good, he grant the man citizenship based on his dying wish.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with our protection as a nation against other. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's what, to me, would make this whole thing, it just makes the whole thing blurry. And nobody, here's my stand as a young man, nobody, including the Prime Minister, came out and said what this man done was wrong. And if you listen to all the wrongs trying to justify, right, what the man name was with Miss Nicole Smith, who gave us citizenship.
Shane Gibson?
That's a wrong trying to negate, right? What the white guy is who come out, who's saying, well, you should fire him, and then he did wrong. Even though he's saying wrong, all of these wrongs coming out, you know what I mean? And that is why the Bahamian people is where they is. And these people, to me, now that I sitting back, the professor opened my eyes, and I want to tell him, as a young 27, sir, I appreciate that, I respect you, and long live your voice. You see what I saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I saying that from the bottom of my heart because I did not know, and I get put onto your show. Now that I know, I starting to question. And everybody just as blind as me. I talking about the politicians who leading me.
Yeah.
So now it causing me step back. And me and my boys, I'm saying, what? Under the tree, we saying, what the hell? Now, we never listen to radio thing. Now, every 2 o'clock, we gathering around like bonfire. Listening to you. See, because now, you understand what I tried to say? Because we never be playing little reggae here. When we see everybody on their clockwise, and we see when 2 o'clock come, hey, because you start a little off today, but we was hot. In Freeport, we was hot. We was hot. And then when you come on and we say, okay, so now we listening. So appreciation coming from Freeport. That's enough love from here. They lying to us, man. And that's the honest truth. And we could appreciate the truth. So keep up the good fight. You know, y'all get some young people tuning in.
Wow, that is very encouraging, caller. Thank you so much for calling in and saying that. Because, you know, sometimes you do these shows, Professor, and I mean, you know, you're hoping you're getting some, you know, people come and say, oh, I listen to your show all the time.
Right.
But it's, you only can hope that it's actually sinking in and, you know.
Yeah,
So that's really encouraging to hear, caller. I really appreciate you calling and saying that.
And caller, I really appreciate your comments. That is very good. But there are some other things that are going to have to be done. We're going to be calling on the Bahamian people to take the appropriate constitutional action.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bahamians, we're in some very serious trouble as a nation. We can't leave the country the way it is. And I'm happy the young man, he says he's 27.
Very encouraging.
Very encouraging. I will certainly want him to give me a call when I announce the number.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that Bahamians have to understand that there is something you can do about the situation. Now, the 50 years, that's done history. You can't change that.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to live with the crap that was done for the last 50 years. We don't have to live with it beyond that 50-year span. That's the positive thing about it. We're going to have to act constitutionally. If every move you make is a constitutional move. And I challenge anyone listening to this show every Monday, you think Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson is misleading the public? Bring yourself live on the radio. Identify yourself clearly who you are. The public will hear what Professor is saying. The public will hear what you got to say. And all of them got their recording equipment. Let them record the whole thing. You think you was man? You think you was woman? Come. I challenge you to come. I've been coming on this show for months now. I haven't heard a peep squeak from anyone. Are you afraid to open your mouth? See, I want the public to judge you. They're the ones who got to make decisions. They're the ones with the power in their hand. And I want to tell the young man, there's plenty power in this document called the Constitution, which we have not been using. My job is to make sure you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the show, yes, that's all well and good. But now you got to organize yourselves constitutionally. And there's a way to do it the right way. Because there are some strong points in that Constitution, which we can use to correct all the crap that's been going on for the last 50 years. We must not miss this golden opportunity. We have a limited time to do it. We have all the time in the world, but we have a limited time to save this country for ourselves, our children, and for generations yet unborn. We have to do it.
All right, music playing. So that means it's time to take a break. So let's take this break. I'm uploading the recording right now with Minister Bell that you requested. So we're going to listen to that again. And then I guess we could look at I know you actually had somebody pull information from the Haitian Constitution.
Yeah.
So we can look at that as well to see how it relates to what's happening here in the Bahamas. So stay with us. This is GPS. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Your body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Youngevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs, but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting, sugar-free, berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rims, paint, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blasted loud.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z-Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM on this beautiful, overcast, but still beautiful Monday afternoon. This is a Masterclass Monday on the Constitution of the Bahamas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The telephone numbers to call, 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 801-0271, 801-0271. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages. If you haven't already done so, please like and share the show. Let everybody know we're on the air. You can also catch us on YouTube on our official channels. And speaking of channels, on Cape of Bahamas, channel 974. You can also download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smart device. Check us out there. And of course, you can catch us on radio, 99.5 on the FM dial here in New Providence. And welcome to our Grand Bahama audience. So let's get Professor Thompson back in here. Okay, so you asked the people to replay the recording with Minister Bell. I'm going to do that now. And then I also have some information pulled from the Haiti Constitution, just for clarification, so we can understand that a bit better, particularly as it relates to questions about who is eligible for becoming a citizen of the Bahamas if they come from the island of Haiti. So first, here is that clip with Keith Bell.
What I'm about to do is unorthodox. Some of my fair lads are indeed unorthodox. I want this racing, I want you to build up a little strength and strength. The church I ask for your support. As I'm about to bestow citizenship. Children don't have to take a oath. But adults have to take a oath. Tracy, you repeat after me and say I, and your full name. I, full name. Do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to King Charles III, King of the Bahamas, his heirs and successors, according to law, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So help me God. Does not allow me to dispense with any part of what I'm doing. And so we will now sing the national anthem. One, two, three. One. the women, my husband, and the children, a testimonial on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Papa de Bolivia Minister, the Cabinet, the Cabinet, and behaviors everywhere. Et tout pays, tout partout, I welcome you. Nous vous bienvenue as the citizens comme nouveaux citoyens de Bahamas. From your mouth, certificate is I end by saying that Frank is now resting in peace.
You know what is so ironic about this whole controversy? The fact that this is all coming to light now.
Yes.
While we're in the midst of celebrating the 50th anniversary of independence of the Bahamas, and there's so much attention being paid to citizenship and what it means to be a Bahamian, and celebrating our nationhood and all this kind of stuff. I think it's ironic for this to be happening right now. You heard that. What are your thoughts?
No, I agree with your sentiments. And the thing is, you're going to find that as we move, even after independence celebration, some more things are going to come out, which happened during that 50-year span, which most Bahamians do not know about, but they will hear and get the message. It simply means now that the Bahamian people have to understand the quality of the people you send to do your national affairs. That is extremely important. We don't know who we have. We don't know our people. Are they truly loyal to the Bahamian people? Are they really interested in protecting the interests of this country? These very same people who have been elected over that 50-year span and given the authority. I believe the Bahamian people at the beginning, when you go back into our history, you will see that the Bahamian people trusted those individuals who were elected. And I still believe that that sentiment has come down through the generations. Even in today, Bahamians still have a degree of confidence in their elected leaders, and they expect them to do the right thing. But the problem is that those persons who were given the authority, the evidence is loud and clear that something went wrong, seriously wrong, to the detriment of the Bahamian people. Now, that's what we have to fix. And that's why I'm saying, when I tell people Article 24.1, people always say, Professor, what can we do? Well, there's plenty we can do. I'm just scratching the surface of some things we can do. There's so much we can do because the Constitution empowers you to do something when something goes wrong. But we haven't been watching what these fellas were doing for 50 years. Wow. That's our problem. So now we got a huge problem on our backs, which we have to deal with. We have to face harsh reality. That's under the bridge now. The water's under the bridge. We have to move from there, and we got to reset everything in this country, starting all over from scratch.
I want to pick up on something you said just now, that we haven't been watching these fellows for 50 years. So, who knows how long they've been getting away with doing stuff. You know what's interesting? Just go with me here now, because it's you. You may say, Michelle, where you going with this? But this one of the shows that I like to watch from time to time on television is called Super Nanny, where this British nanny goes into a home where children are out of control, and she has to bring order into that household so that these parents she teaches parents how to better parent their children so the children are not out of control. And oftentimes in that show, the first couple of days with her being in the home, she has to break the will of those children who have gone, who are unruly. And when I say break the will, I don't mean that in a negative standpoint, but what I'm saying is this. Those children, in each case, have been doing wrong all their lives.
That's right.
So now here comes this woman who trying to put things in order.
Yes.
And man, the first couple of days, it's like they doing everything in their power to rebel against what this woman trying to bring into the house, because she's trying to bring order into this house.
Yes.
And all they know is being out of order.
Exactly.
So you're saying that for 50 years we allowed these rude children.
That's right.
I hate to put it this way, but that's the
But it's
analogy
a good analogy.
that
It's an
came to my
excellent
mind.
analogy, yes.
We allow these rude children to go in there and do whatever they want to do.
Without checking.
Without checking.
That's correct.
And now here we come, 50 years later, talk about, oh, it's time for us to follow the Constitution. You know they could just lay down and say, okay.
Of course, I agree with you. Now, I'm glad you draw the analogy of the nanny who had to come in with a strong hand.
Uh-huh.
The Bahamian people have to look and see what has happened. In our constituencies, have you seen any major, I'm going to ask two questions.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any major constituency problems having been solved for the benefit of the constituents over the last 50 years? Major constituency problems in every single one of those 39 constituencies. Do you know of any that has been solved? And here are the clear-cut benefits that are coming to the Bahamian people as a result of these major constituency problems having been solved. See, this is how you judge representation. Because, see, the Constitution says that that particular person who is that parliamentary representative have some specific things to do to look out for the interests of the Bahamian people. That's why it's Article 52.1 speaks to the fact Parliament's supposed to do some things. You are to speak what? Through your representative.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you seen any changes? Have you seen any major constituency problems solved? Now,
we have a call on the line.
Oh,
Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Malcolm, and good afternoon to your guests.
Good
I have a
afternoon.
question I want to pose to the professor.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, we're listening.
Yeah, I'd like to know what law is required to revoke a person's citizenship in the Bahamas. Is there a law? How do we go about that? Because, and the reason why I ask that question is because there is a person in Abaco who's given Bahamians, he's talking really bad about the country, bad about Bahamians. And I think you all may have heard about this person. Call himself, his name is Frankie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, to me, as a Bahamian, when you can say things like that about the people in this country, and you live in this country, and he got his citizenship in this country, and to talk bad about the country like that, I feel like we should just revoke his citizenship, period. And I'd like to know how could that be done.
All right. Thank you for calling,
Thank
Professor.
you for the question. Yes, citizenships can be revoked. That power rests with the Governor General from day one.
On what grounds, though?
Well, the Constitution speaks specifically about the Governor General having the power to revoke citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some specific things, particularly if an individual is doing some other things that only persons in another country or that particular country has the right to do. So in other words, that person has taken on a different persona altogether. Now, of course, the facts have to be gathered. It has to be presented to the Governor General so he could look at the evidence, so he can deal with it. He has the authority to revoke even citizenship from those who may have come down the line, and for some reason or another, they don't want to be a part of this country, like the gentleman is talking about now. Here is one who has been given citizenship. If it is given, it could be revoked.
Okay. D'Amico on Facebook says the Constitution speaks to naturalized citizens showing disaffection for the country. Is that correct?
Say that again, I didn't hear that.
The Constitution speaks to naturalized citizens showing disaffection for the country.
The Constitution speaks whether one is naturalized or not. Citizens of the Bahamas.
Right.
Okay, let's get that point straight.
So if you show disaffection for the
yes,
country,
it could be revoked.
Interesting.
So the thing is, what I'm saying to the Bahamian people is, we have an article. I don't remember the which one in the Constitution itself, which speaks specifically to the Governor General having the power from day one, July the 10th, 1973, to revoke citizenship in this country.
Okay, Carl, I hope that answers your
So
question.
we have to use it. Now, see, if it isn't brought to the Governor General's attention, how is he going to act on it?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm happy that he brought that up. Something could be done about it. Let's record every damn thing that he said.
Well, I don't think we have to. I think there's several recordings that are going viral.
Okay, then. So we have evidence. We have evidence of an individual who is disloyal to this country, doing crap and foolishness. So we have to do something about it. It always takes one action for some results to be done. And as far as I know, nothing has happened as yet.
So how would that process happen? Would any citizen be able to go before or present to the Governor General's office to say, here is a situation that needs to be considered for revocation of
that? I'm asked you asked that. That's why we have to check with the Office of Governor General. I'm not sure the specifics of it. The Constitution doesn't speak the specifics of it, but it says who has the power to deal with this particular situation if it arises.
Okay.
That's the key. So we have to find out and do a little digging, do a little research on that to see exactly what is the procedure to go through in being able to deal with such a person.
All right. I have quite a lengthy comment from Facebook. Let me look this over and see if we can bring this.
Yes.
It says, Professor Thompson and Ms. Malcolm, let's just say that Mr. Racine had a work permit, and let's say he applied for permanent status, but if his country made a constitutional amendment which prevents him from renouncing his citizenship, how is it the Bahamas government can grant citizenship to someone without changing the Bahamas Constitution according to Article 54.3 B and D 1 and 2 and 54 and B?
Okay, it's just that the government of the Bahamas is not going by the Constitution. This is where it takes the Bahamian people putting enormous pressure on the government of the Bahamas to stop them from doing what they're doing. We haven't reached that point yet in our development as a nation. These people have been allowed for 50 years to get away with doing whatever they want to do. So now when you want to bring the hammer down, of course they'll resist.
Of course.
But resist as much as they will. You just bring it down on them. You just come with more force and more fury than ever before. Because Bahamians, we cannot continue going the way we're going. We won't have any country soon if we let that happen.
So in other words, Bahamian people, you are the super nanny.
Yes, we are, that's correct. That's why I'm happy that you draw the illustration of the super nanny. Because the thing is, see, the average Bahamian doesn't understand
their role in all
his
of this.
real power.
Yeah.
His role and his real power. I'm going to just make this one point that I'm going to say to the Bahamian people. Do you know that the constituents, the registered constituents in a given constituency has the power to truly choose one of their own and send that person to Parliament? That's in your Constitution. We've never done it. We've not been doing it. You know what we have done? We have given that away to a couple of people somewhere hiding in one room somewhere, cooked up something, and we let them do it for us. We are supposed to be the ones to scrutinize, and we're the ones who are supposed to make any plans, any programs, or any long-term things for that particular constituency where we live. We don't see that happening. We haven't taken on that role yet.
Oh, boy.
We have allowed some personalities.
We got a lot of work to do, Professor.
We have plenty of work to do, and Bahamians need to understand we have abdicated our responsibility. The parliamentary representative has to come from the people in that particular constituency. In other words, the people have to be constitutionally organized to work together. There are specific things mentioned in that constitution, what that person ought to have, what we're looking for, what is it that we want to see in that particular individual, what is supposed to be, we are supposed to be as a nation. See, all those things have to be considered. But the constituents have never taken on that responsibility of choosing one of their own and sending that one to Parliament.
Whew. Okay, we got to take a break. On the other side of this break, I'm going to read excerpts from the Haiti Constitution to see if there's something in here that would have allowed for Mr. Racine to renounce or walk away from his Haitian citizenship prior to being made a Bahamian citizen. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
At Lee Air, safety is our #1 priority. Flying since 1996, we offer scheduled flights into Fresh Creek and Mangrove Key Andros and Great Harbor Key, Berry Island, twice daily, 7 days a week. Affordable charter services are also available to anywhere in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Lee Air Charter Services. Call 225-3267, 702-7127, or 322-1317 for reservations.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
For all your building needs, it's Carib Construction and Project Management on Gladstone Road. We build it all. Schools, homes, hotels, and more, including structures requiring a Phase 3 electrical contractor. We also provide project management services. The first step towards your dream building begins at Carib Construction and Project Management. Call us at 376-1556 or 341-4466.
One of the things I love about the mailboat is their relationship with Bahamas Air. I can earn travel points on my international freight and redeem them when I fly.
For me, online shopping is easy, with Mailboat's U.S. addresses and regular freight delivery to Nassau. Plus, I can always prepay customs and freight, and they always notify me when my package arrives.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Mailboat is just for shipping, but they also offer a safe and secure storage facility at affordable rates, all in a central, convenient location.
We also offer passenger service into Freeport multiple times per week with a seating capacity of over 450 persons. With family movies on large screens, one hot meal included, and on-board lounge for snacks and soft drinks. We're the Mailboat. We're bridging people, products, and places.
Executive Printers is your one-stop shop for all your branding and customization needs. Letterheads, envelopes, business cards, invoices, share and gift certificates, rubber stamps, vouchers, funeral programs, brochures, flyers, banners, and promotional items like mugs, water bottles, mouse pads, and key rings, all with personable service and great quality. No project is too small or too large. For great turnaround and competitive pricing, make an executive decision. Call us at 393-5011.
All right, welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here in your company with Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson. This is a Masterclass Monday on the Constitution, and Professor is here to guide us through it. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages. If you haven't already done so, it's not too late to like and share the show. We're also airing on YouTube on our official channels, and we're on Cable Bahamas, channel 974. You can call in 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, the WhatsApp line for messages or calls, 801-0271, 801-0271. Download us on the Global 99.5 FM app, and you can also listen to us by way of radio, 99.5 on the FM dial here in New Providence, and a big welcome to our Grand Bahama audience as well. Okay. I want to read a couple of excerpts from the Haitian Constitution to give us a better understanding of what it says and how that affects what's happening here in the Bahamas. So, there's a section called Standing Descent. A child, regardless of where they are born, is considered Haitian if both parents are native-born citizens of Haiti. That's one. Mm-hmm. Next, standing naturalization. Naturalization is possible, yet can only be obtained after a continuous period of Haitian residence for 5 years. A naturalized citizen has the right to vote, but is not eligible to hold public office until 5 years after their date of naturalization, and excluding those offices reserved for native-born Haitians by constitutional law. So that's talking about if you want to become a naturalized citizen of Haiti.
And we don't have that in our Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no difference between the native-born Bahamian and the naturalized Bahamian.
Okay.
So the man get naturalized today, he won't run in the House of Assembly to run.
And there's nothing in our Constitution.
There's nothing in the Constitution that stops him from doing it.
Okay.
See, these are the things we need to look at very carefully. And I appreciate what the Founding Fathers did. I think what they did was they gave us something to work with, but what has happened is we have not been examining the changing times. Things have changed since 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the Constitution virtually has not changed except in the case that I said about the Attorney General. But it has remained the same. For example, we got a Constitution that says, Her Majesty the Queen. In all those articles relating to Her Majesty the Queen, we have to change that. There's no more Queen.
Mm-hmm.
We can't take these things lightly.
Okay.
So we have to work on it.
Let me keep reading from this.
Yes, that's good. That's good reading.
Dual citizenship. In recent years, and again, for those of you who missed it, this is sections, highlights from the Haitian Constitution. In recent years, there has been discussion about a constitutional amendment to change Haiti's stance against dual nationality. Yet, while feelings have begun to lean towards acceptance of dual citizenship, Policy has yet to change. Legally, the 1987 Constitution still stands, which states, quote, dual Haitian and foreign nationality is in no case permitted. The Constitution also automatically negates Haitian citizenship with the acquisition of foreign citizenship, which strongly affects today's Haitian diaspora. However, there is an exception. A child with Haitian parents born outside of Haiti may duly acquire the citizenship of their birth country. At the age of 18, the child must renounce one of their nationalities.
Okay, interesting.
Haiti's National Gazette. Now, I was never good in French. Le Moniteur.
Whatever it is.
Indicates that dual citizenship was legalized in Haiti in June 2012 when the 1987 Constitution was amended to remove the prohibition against the holding of foreign citizenship by Haitians, June 19, 2012. Prior to this amendment, conditions for losing citizenship included naturalization in another country or working in a political position in the service of a foreign government. Haiti, 1987, Article 13. The constitutional amendments were originally approved by legislators in May 2011, and some media sources suggested at the time that dual citizenship had been immediately legalized. However, the amendments did not become law until they were published in the National Gazette on June 19, 2012. Okay, it has some things in brackets, but I'm not sure. I guess they're quoting various media houses. They mentioned the Huffington Post, June 19, 2012, and Jurist, 20 June 2012. Okay, grounds for withdrawing Haitian citizenship. Article 13 of the 1987 Constitution explains how Haitian citizenship can be lost. Acquiring citizenship of a foreign country through naturalization, serving a foreign government in office, if not a native Haitian but naturalized, residing abroad for 3 years without authorization. This loss is permanent. Voluntarily withdrawing citizenship must take place before the Justice Department, Port-au-Prince in Haiti. It is not possible to reclaim citizenship lost involuntarily. What do you make of that?
The thing is that if they have to renounce at that time, when that was enforced, they had to renounce in Haiti.
Okay.
They had to go there, Port-au-Prince, Haiti, to renounce prior to 2012. And we have had any number of Haitian nationals who have received citizenship in this country, never went to Haiti to renounce, have no renunciation whatsoever, but they say they're now Bahamians.
Okay.
But now, since 2012, they can't renounce at all.
But this is a bit confusing because on the one hand, it says that they can't renounce, but on the other hand, it says that they can lose their citizenship if they acquire citizenship of a foreign country through naturalization.
Yes.
So that obviously happened with Mr. Racine. He became a naturalized citizen of the Bahamas, so he would have lost his Haitian citizenship at that time.
The point is, what does our Constitution say?
As it relates to what qualified him.
As it relates to qualified.
Right.
So we have to look at that because that takes precedence.
Okay.
See, the problem in our country is that we get confused as to what other people are doing. While it is good to understand what the Haitian Constitution is saying from that end, in Haiti. We have to understand what our Constitution says about people from Haiti and how they could be citizens or not be citizens in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Okay.
The problem has been where we have not paid attention to detail. There are every single article in the citizenship listing there in the Constitution. It has dates and times.
Okay.
In the Nationality Act, which is full of crap, they talk about full age. Okay, what does that mean? I mean, the fellow could be 55. You say he's full age. And if the minister thinks, if it satisfies the minister, what kind of nonsense is that? There are specific dates and times, and some of them already passed. You can't do nothing with that. It's already entrenched in the Constitution. The dates and times have already passed for some of those articles. So nobody could get any citizenship under them. So all I'm simply saying is that we have to pay close attention to what our Constitution says. Dates, times, location, and everything else. But in the case with the Haitians, we already know from 2012 they can't renounce. There's no opportunity for them to renounce. But now they want them to gain citizenship in other people's country, which is an advantage to them. But then our Constitution says, well, hey, you got to renounce over there. You can't get no renunciation, so how we can give you citizenship? So in other words, I can't knock them for trying to take an advantage for their people. They could do that in Haiti. But then we can't allow those very same people from that country to take advantage of us in the Bahamas and the Bahamian people. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay.
So what is happening is by them gaining multiple citizenships in different countries is a plus for them because that means they can get money.
Yeah, people send money back home. It's a major part of their economy. Yeah.
So therefore now it puts the Bahamas at a terrible disadvantage because it is no benefit to us. What good is that to us? Where everybody is drawing everything out of the country. Foreigners coming here, making money, drawing everything out of the country and leaving us dry? Is that the kind of country we want there? And they're not loyal to this country. They only use us as a stepping stone, not only the Haitian, Chinese doing the same thing, and they find a man, Chinese all the way up there off Soldier Road, in one house.
You know, Professor, somebody listening to this show would say, man, this man is xenophobic. I don't know why Michelle have him on, because all he's doing is spewing hatred against people. How do you respond to that?
Let me just say this to those type persons. If you know the Bahamas Constitution, you won't even be saying that. They're only saying it because maybe misunderstanding. They've heard being over the many years what people have said to them. That's understandable. But they need to listen and they need to learn the Constitution of Bahamas. Remember now, we went through every single article in the Constitution for the benefit of the Bahamian people.
Well, we got stuck after a while.
We got stuck after a while,
yeah,
yes.
because we didn't get through the whole thing yet.
No, we haven't. But there's a whole lot of things in there that we have to deal with.
Right.
But we got stuck because what came to light with the Nationality Act. Now, he may be operating under that. And I suspect that he is. But that ain't no law. That's not lawful at all. That has no lawful rights, no lawful benefits. It's no law, period, because it's ultra vires the Constitution. So if you're going to grant citizenship, and you have to take that very seriously, it has to be done constitutionally. Is the government of the Bahamas acting constitutionally in granting citizenship? In the case if they're using the Nationality Act, which they're using, the answer is no. It's unconstitutional. The Constitution doesn't support it. So we can't just sit back and allow the minister or the government of the Bahamas, because he ran under them, and say, They're the ones who approve it. Well, fine. The government of the Bahamas. And so we have to look at this and say, is the government of the Bahamas acting constitutionally? The answer, as I know and understand, is no. Now, the Bahamian people have to see it. Is it true? Is it what Professor Thompson is saying on the radio? Is that true or false? Well, all you have to do is challenge it. I say to anyone out there who believes that Professor Thompson is misleading the public or saying things that are not constitutionally sound, let your voice be heard. And not in no corner now, live on the radio. Call the show, identify yourself, and state your case. If you think he was man,
oh no.
If you think he was woman, come. And them other funny things too, them other fellas. That's a different kettle of fish. They can come too.
Professor Thompson is throwing out a challenge.
I throw out the challenge. I've been coming this way for months now. And not a living soul has ever challenged anything that I've said publicly on air. And if you think you got something, then bring it. Let the people hear it. I say this man talking foolishness, he got all kind of xenophobia in him. Huh? Bring your proof. That's what I want the Bahamian people to do.
We got to take a break. Challenge.
Oh, yeah. They
issuing a challenge.
Right on the air, live, so everybody can hear every word that I say, every word that they say, and they got all them recording equipment out there. I want them to record everything what I say. I got no problem with that. And record with everything what they say. So you could play the two together and say, you know what he said? Talking crap. They'll come to that conclusion.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's take this break. Maybe one of them will call after the break.
They could call right now. I got no problem with that. See, when you're grounded in the Constitution, you ain't got no, it's no threat. No threat.
Oh, man.
I don't worry about it. I tell them, bring it on. You think he was man? You
bring
think he was
it on.
Come.
Bring it on.
Come.
Bring it
They
on.
can start right now from the break.
Sound like Professor ready to take this outside, Jason. Let's take this break. We'll be back after these words of our sponsors. Stay with us.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Blood sugar levels play a key role in your appetite, weight gain, and overall health. When you have a blood sugar spike, you can feel confused, dizzy, and even have increased cravings. Eating carbohydrates, sugary or fatty foods, and not exercising can all cause blood sugar spikes. But now you have help in managing blood sugar levels. Sweeties by Longevity was designed to help support healthy blood sugar levels, so you can power through your day. It's a synergistic blend of minerals, herbs, and nutrients that have been proven to support healthy blood sugar levels. Sweeties includes chromium, an essential trace mineral that's known for its contribution to healthy blood sugar levels and improved metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Cinnamon bark has been included for its naturally occurring antioxidants and support of a healthy heart. And we've even added gymnema. It's been used in Ayurveda for centuries to help promote healthy blood sugar. All the ingredients in Sweeties work together to give the best support available for blood sugar control. Sweeties, the blood sugar support supplement from Longevity that helps control cravings and manage blood sugar levels through your day. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blasted loud.
As you age, factors like health, weight, diet, and lifestyle can all impact your bones, joints, and general mobility. Even everyday exercise can lead to wear and tear on your body. Over time, you might start to experience stiffness or pain due to damaged joints or connective tissue. Ultimate Glucogel by Longevity was created to help you limit the effects of wear on your joints. It delivers a daily dose of collagen-rich gelatin your body needs for joint elasticity and maintenance. Ultimate Glucogel contains a 1-to-1 ratio of gelatin and glucosamine sulfate, which is a key building block of your bone matrix, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue. Gelatin's unique blend of amino acids not only help with muscle and joint health, but also has been shown to provide additional benefits for the brain, skin, and hair. Ultimate Glucogel. Natural, optimal daily support for joint health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Radio 99.5.
Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm, along with Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson, on this Masterclass Monday on the Constitution. So prior to the break, Professor Thompson threw out a challenge. Now, there's somebody halfway responded to your challenge. I say halfway because we don't have a name.
Yes.
We don't know where it's coming from.
But
It says, good afternoon. Your guest gave so many misleading answers concerning some questions that were asked, or he didn't even answer some.
Okay.
That is coming in from Anonymous.
Now, I'll say to that anonymous person, identify yourself, call live on the Global Radio Network when I'm on the air, identify yourself, put the things to the public where you claim Professor Sidney McArthur Walter Thompson has been misleading the public. Bring the evidence, bring the proof. They will hear what you say, they will hear what I say, and the public will be the judge. I want the people to judge me. I want them to determine whether Professor Thompson is misleading the public, yes or no. Come. You think he was man or you think he was woman? Come. Don't hide behind no text.
Okay.
No anonymous. No. That ain't gonna do. Come. Come and identify yourself.
Here's another text coming in by way of WhatsApp. It says, what Minister of Immigration Keith Bell did in giving out citizenship was a deliberate act to lock in or secure the Haitian Bahamian voting bloc support for the PLP in the next election in 3 or so years. The FNM did similar crap. What we need now, moving forward, no more giving out Bahamian citizenship with rights to vote. What we need now, moving forward, is giving out some form of residency with no right to vote. We cannot afford to keep feeding the FNM and PLP with their wicked, irregular, non-Bahamian voting bloc. That's a text.
There's a lot of strength in that text. The thing is that, we got to be very careful with the citizenship thing, because truly now they have the right to vote. And, it's something that the Bahamian people have to look at very seriously. You can't just have a whole army of people becoming citizens. Equal with you could be your prime minister the very next day, and then you caught off guard. But this is something we have seen happen for 50 years. We've done nothing about it. So it means that we have to be organized, right? And do some serious discussion. We have talented people out there who are well-trained, well able to help this particular case. This is not a fight for one particular person. Because the people who called me said, what is it that they can do? I said, there's a lot that you can do. And I specifically gave them some specific clear-cut directions as to how they can start. And I gave them some warnings what not to get involved in. I won't say that over the air, but I say that to them privately. Because I know the dangers that are out there. See, I'm a tough veteran, I know my Bahamian people. And we want to see progress. We don't want to stay in a state where 50 years later, we're still back at zero. That doesn't make any sense. Everything has to be reset in this country from July the 11th of this year. We have to do it. And if we don't do it, well, we can have problems, serious problems like you've never had before. Because look at what is happening in Sudan. How the country has been broken up into two pieces now, north and south. Look what has happened in France, where the shooting of one person by the police triggered off all kind of riots all across France. 45,000 police officers the government had to put on the streets to try to quell it. How many we got here? 3,000 at the most, and probably plenty of them are just like not full-time police, but part-time police officers. Reservists, yes. All I'm simply saying is, in the Bahamas, and let me stress this, I mentioned it earlier in the show, we've had peaceful transitions from the very beginning. Do not let anybody interfere with that. I don't think there's any country in this region, not even in the great United States, where they've had peaceful transition from one administration over the next.
January 6th.
January 6th is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's a reminder. So Bahamians, be very careful now. We can bring change constitutionally, and we have to understand our Constitution. I am delighted. In the last election, you couldn't even hear a pin drop. Not even a leaf was blowing.
We got to wrap it up. We got less than a minute.
Yes, okay, let me let you go then.
Professor.
Well, you get me tanked up now. You know I can keep going. Till the man come back.
We got to save some of that for next week, Monday.
Exactly. Yeah.
God willing. All right. No, next week, Monday's a holiday.
That's a holiday, yeah.
That's our Independence Day.
Independence Day. I thought it was Sunday, and I looked at the calendar. I say, wait a minute, that's Monday?
Yeah.
The 10th, yeah.
We'll be celebrating 50
But
years.
We have to come back to the 17th.
Of nation. Yes, for sure. Enjoy your holiday. God keep you.
Good. Yes, ma'am.
And Bahamas, let's seek to understand our Constitution even more, particularly on this very solemn occasion of our 50th anniversary as a nation. If there's any time we should know the Constitution,
is now.
Is now.
Amen.
Until then, I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Masterclass Mondays. Don't miss tomorrow. We're going to have part 2 of the Kingdom Jubilee Alliance. Remember all that upstir they caused last week, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going back there again. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then, God willing. Take care and have a good afternoon, everybody.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views